Today I fucked up by getting my boyfriend an engagement ring. So this didn't actually happen today, it actually happened maybe a year ago, probably a bit less, but I'm bored in lockdown and just thought why not. So my boyfriend and I fell head over heels for each other. Honeymoon phase lasted a long time and everything was perfect. So perfect in fact we even talked about whether we wanted kids and marriage. Not talking about specifics or whether we would be doing it together, just those kind of getting to know you questions. Anyway, we had been dating for a few months and it felt like the honeymoon phase would never end, so while at my best friend's house I decided on looking at engagement rings, partially ogling at something I can't have for myself until I looked at a website giving men's engagement rings for £200, some more and some less, and you could have it engraved with any message you like, and since I had just been paid and I was being impulsive I quickly pressed add to cart. The next day I got a phone call from the people making the engagement ring. They needed to check whether I was sure about the size and I said I was, since before I purchased it I looked at a few sizes online to try and figure out which one would fit. Don't do this. Well, fast forward a couple weeks and I get my ring in the mail. I excitedly open it up and see the smallest ring I have ever seen. It could only just fit around my pinky finger, so there was no way it could fit on my boyfriend's. I was pretty distraught. I was going to go and stay with my boyfriend for a couple days and was planning to give it to him then, but now I can't do that and I knew I couldn't do anything about it because they called me and asked if I was sure. God, I'm stupid. So I went to my boyfriend's without the ring and we had a lovely time. But since it was still on my mind I started talking about marriage again and rings, and I said, what would you do if I got you a ring? To which he responded, I'd be grateful but I probably wouldn't take it. I need to propose to you. My heart sank. I knew he was pretty traditional, I mean so am I, but I thought there could be some leeway. About another month goes by and I still didn't tell him about the ring, and then one day I remembered I had a chain of a necklace and placed the ring on it. I now had an engagement ring on a necklace and felt like Frodo. Plot twist, I gave him the necklace and he wears it till this day and he's never taken it off. We're not engaged yet, but at least I made the best out of a bad situation. Too long didn't read. I was an idiot with jewelry but good at problem solving. I'm not allowed to buy jewelry on my own anymore. I wish our society would stop putting such a huge emphasis on how guys are supposed to propose, being engaged, or being married, and putting their own time limits on things. At the end of the day, if your partner treats you as an equal and is loving and respectful of you and your relationship, then you don't need a ring, an engagement, or even a wedding. Your heart makes the commitment to your partner, with or without a ring on your finger, or around your neck. Being a newlywed myself, I can attest to you that nothing will change because you're wearing a ring or legally bound to someone. Your heart knows when it's home. Listen closely and you'll hear it tell you. Please don't feel like your relationship needs to fit in a pretty box that society creates. What works for everyone else doesn't have to work for you, too. The only people that need to be okay with what happens or doesn't happen in your relationship is you and your partner. You don't need a romantic proposal or even the guy to propose. It is about the willingness of two people to commit to each other for the rest of their lives. Life is short, so live for today like you'll never see tomorrow. Your life's timeline does not need to look like anyone else's because it's yours. Don't tell yourself you'll do X thing after Y happens or when Z amount of time has passed. Live freely, love hard, and remember you're lucky to find the one your heart calls home. Heart, 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 heart. Pro tip: when my girlfriend went to work I took one of her rings to the jewelry store and then measure it. That way, I knew for sure I would buy the right size. Oh, and she said yes by the way, but COVID is ruining our plans horribly. I like happy endings. It is nice to have a few of them at times like these. It's kind of cute though. Wholesome though. Hee hee, thank you, smiley face. Today I fucked up by wiping my vagina with an antibacterial cleaning wipes. Whilst I shower every morning, when I'm working 15-hour shifts I like to freshen up throughout the day with baby wipes. I always keep a packet next to the toilet at work. Yesterday I visited the bathroom for a wee, as I would any other day. I did my business, reached behind me to pull out a small handful of baby wipes from the packet on top of the cistern and then proceeded to freshen up. All good. I returned to work feeling cleaner and thought nothing of it. After about 5 minutes I start to feel a tingle. Nothing crazy, just a mild tingling sensation from below. It was actually quite enjoyable, albeit short-lived, because the tingling then started to transform into burning/stinging. 20 minutes later and I'm back in the toilet with my shoes, trousers and underwear abandoned on the floor, one foot up on the sink, in a weird sort of lunge-type position, manically splashing cold water onto my vagina in a desperate attempt to cool the raging inferno engulfing my labia. That's when I spotted the packet of antibacterial wipes where my baby wipes usually chill. I don't know what happened to my baby wipes. In the end I left work early, crawled up the stairs into bed, weeping, and lay with a bag of frozen veggies on my crotch for the rest of the day. Not that you ever wanted to know, but my lips resembled that scene from Monsters Incorporated where Fungus almost has the life sucked out of him from that scream-sucking machine. For reference. Still a bit sore today but much better than yesterday. Too long didn't read. Today I fucked up by wiping my vagina with antibacterial cleaning wipes and now my labia is on fire. Put Gold Bond medicated itch powder on an already angry ball sack. Spent a half hour in the shower screaming. Felt like a blowtorch was melting my balls off. 100% would not recommend. Maybe as a form of inhumane torture. For this use case, Gold Bond body powder equals good. Gold Bond foot powder equals bad. If you have a sensitive pH I would suggest you take some good probiotics this week. Your pH being thrown off can lead to yeast infections and BV, and nobody wants that. Try for Gold Bond Blue next time. Please don't. Is that the equivalent of men going to the bathroom after cutting ghost peppers? It's okay. When I was 16 I let my then girlfriend convince me it would be awesome if she put tiger balm on her lips and gave me head. It was not awesome. Today I fucked up by forgetting to mute myself. Today I fucked up by forgetting to mute myself while fixing a birdhouse. This morning I was working on fixing a birdhouse. Christmas present, that is full of unnecessary nails that were initially sticking through the bird hole like some sort of bird chocky. It was about 10 minutes before class, so I quickly brought up the meeting and turned off my camera. For context, when online class meetups have a large number of participants, audio is automatically muted. I'm not usually early for these meetings. It was, of course, then that I began using carpenter's glue to seal up some of the holes created by prying out the rusty nails. The glue was not new, so it made a loud, wet fart noise as I squeezed it. Once I was finished with the glue, I went back to prying at one of the nails with some pliers, a difficult task as the nails had been in the stupid birdhouse for at least 10 years and as previously stated, were really rusty. I grunted loudly, swearing under my breath. It was at that moment when one of my classmates decided to chime in and tell me that my mic was on. It was then that I realized that they almost definitely thought I was having a rough time in the bathroom and went into the meeting in the midst of my problems. Oh sorry. I'm building a birdhouse, I exclaimed, turning on my camera to prove myself innocent of the crimes I was being falsely accused of. TL, Doctor, fixing birdhouses sounds like bowel movements. Always remember to mute Zoom calls while working on them. Still sus. I'm pretty sure that they think so too. This'll likely haunt me for the rest of the year. You know they are working out how long it would take to run from toilet to garden. Oh god, I hope not. How can we know you were not shitting on your backyard? I was working on it in my room. It's too cold to bother going outside and my neighbors are snoops that would most definitely watch and record. I am not for that life. I didn't realize that Zoom virtual backgrounds carry on from one meeting to the next. So my class Zoom after a Zoom I had with some friends was quite interesting. Having the same problem Lamar Jackson is having, RN, smiley face, convincing people he wasn't in the bathroom.